This is the revolution.
Good people, welcome back to episode 2 of the Christian Monk Mode Series 2024. So we're currently in the gym car park right now and we're about to hit push day, so chest, triceps and shoulders. About to cut to the workout, so hope you enjoy. I will speak to you after. Peace.
Won't surrender, faith is like a fire that never burns to embers. The voice of the unheard, love is the answer.
I gotta speak it, believe it, that's how I feel inside.
I can't sit here quiet.
You can take my heart, you can take my breath when you pry it from my cold dead chest.
This is how we rise, oh, heavy as a hurricane, louder than a freight train. This is how we rise, oh, heart is beating faster, feels like thunder, magic static, call me a fanatic, it's our world, they can never have it. This is how we rise, oh, it's our resistance, you can't resist us. Can you hear me? Are you listening? Sleeping and the shadows could be making history. Through the fire, on the water, used to be a slave, but now you are a conqueror.
They can take my heart, they can take my breath when they pry it from my cold dead chest.
This is how we rise, oh, heavy as a hurricane, louder than a freight train. This is how we rise, oh, heart is beating faster, feels like thunder, magic static, call me a fanatic, it's our world, they can never have it. This is how we rise, oh, it's our resistance, you can't resist us. Up, 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 we're rising up, 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 up. Rising up, 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 up. We're rising up, 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 up. Rising up, 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 up. We're rising up, 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 up. This is how we rise, oh, it's our resistance, you can't resist us. This is how we rise.
Hey people, we're back now. Just done the workout. It was okay. I mean, I had to cut it short, unfortunately, because my back was kind of, I don't know, tweaking. But I think I must have slept on it funny or something, because it was like that since I woke up. I did some stretches and stuff in the morning before I went, but yeah, I don't know, about about halfway through the workout I started playing up, and then yeah, I didn't get to do triceps and shoulders because I thought I don't want to cause an actual injury. I think it'll probably go back to normal in like a day or so, but yeah, didn't want to push it. So, but yeah, I mean, other than that, it was a good workout. But we're heading home now, and see you in a minute. Hey everyone, welcome back to episode 2 of the Christian Monk Mode series. It's Sunday right now, so it's the next day. Hope you've all had a blessed day so far. Been to church this morning, which was nice. and it's my mum's birthday, so yeah, good day all round. So, second week of the year. In order to describe this week, I'd probably say that it was a tiring week. There was a lot of late nights. Really, I mean, I think it came down to editing that first video, because I was just getting into the hang of editing on my computer, because I normally edit on my phone. And yeah, I was just trying to get that all set up, and there's a lot of things you have to sort of set up when you're doing your first YouTube video. And yeah, but anyway, that was the theme of the week, I'd say. That was the biggest part of the week. And I think, yeah, I kind of ran myself down quite a bit from doing that. So yeah, the gym kind of fell off a bit this week. I'll hold my hands up and say, yeah, that happened. I did get a few runs in though, and I went gym yesterday. Back's feeling a little bit better, by the way, on that one. So hopefully we'll be back at that tomorrow. Just get a good night's sleep, and yeah, we'll see where we're at. But yeah, so the theme of today's video, I want to talk about the power of consistency. So consistency is what got me through this week. You know, things didn't really go to plan. Things were harder than usual, but I still showed up and I still did what I knew that I needed to do. A few tips I'd give on consistency. First of all, you need to know your why. So why am I doing this? So for me, it's because I want this channel to grow. I want eventually this to become my career, essentially. Just giving wisdom to others, helping people out, and being able to do what I enjoy for a living, and putting God forward and spreading the gospel to as many people as I can. So yeah, so that's my why. And so whenever I may feel like, oh, you know, I'm not going to do that, or I don't feel like it today, or maybe I should just eat that, I should just binge on some chocolate, whatever else, whatever it may be, that's the why that keeps me strong. So that's tip number one. Secondly, routine, guys. So I'm just going to show you this little habit tracker thing I've got here. Okay, so on my door right now, I've got this thing. So this is just keeping track of the times that I go gym and stuff. So it's pretty nice to just be able to visibly see it in front of you, and because otherwise, you know, you're like, oh, when did I last go? I can't really remember. So it's easy to sort of get out of the swing of things. But yeah, when you've got it in front of you, it just kind of highlights how consistent you've been, and it just makes those habits easier to keep. Final tip I'd say for consistency is daily habits. So one thing that I always do in my day, and this daily habit can be really small, so I'll give you a few examples of what I do every day. So before I go to sleep every night, I make sure that I do my prayers and that I do my meditations. So the sleep meditations, I use an app called Medito. It's really good, I'd recommend that. Yeah, so those are my core fundamentals. And also finally, when I'm having a shower each day, I turn it to cold for the final part of it. So I just put it as cold as it goes. And while I'm doing that, a little tip for you as Christians is I'll say the Lord's Prayer while I'm doing that, to sort of, instead of counting in my head, I just find it helps me focus on being in that moment while I'm speaking to God. And yeah, it's quite cool to do, so yeah, give that a try. So that's the lesson to take with you this week: consistency. Start building those habits, and it should really vastly improve your life and help you in these next 50 weeks even of the month period. So I've got my Bible with me now, and I'm just gonna flick to where I was last up to, and I think do a little Bible study just to go through where I've got up to. Okay, so we're in Mark 8, line 34. This is the conditions of following Christ. So after each of the great three prophecies of the Passion and the failure of the disciples to understand, Jesus repeats that his disciples must share his suffering. So that is the condition of following Christ. Okay, so I'll begin now. He called the people and his disciples to him and said, "If anyone wants to be a follower of mine, let him renounce himself and take up his cross and follow me. For anyone who wants to save his life will lose it, but anyone who loses his life for my sake and for the sake of the gospel will save it. What again then is it for man to win the whole world and ruin his life? And indeed, what can a man offer in exchange for his life? For if anyone in this adulterous and sinful generation is ashamed of me and my words, the Son of Man will also be ashamed of him, when he comes in the glory of his Father with the holy angels. And he said to them, I tell you solemnly, there are some standing here who will not taste death before they see the kingdom of God come with power. Let's go through a few of those points. I've got a study Bible here. Okay, so I think that was a really good verse to start with in this series. But I think essentially the key meanings here is to value what's truly important in your life, okay? So, you know, you can chase money, you can chase girls, you can chase status, power, you know, you can go down a hedonistic path. But what Jesus is telling us here is that if you do those things, you risk losing your soul, you know, and that's what really matters in this life. I think what really sticks out here is, what gain then is it for a man to win the whole world and ruin his life, lose his soul, depending on the translation. I think also where it says, for anyone who wants to save his life will lose it, but anyone who loses his life for my sake and for the sake of the gospel will save it. Essentially, you know, it may come across as quite difficult to understand right now. If you think of it like this, if you're living in this world and you're holding on to, you know, possessions or ways of living that are not in accordance with God, with Jesus' teachings, then you will lose your life in heaven, okay? Because you're distancing yourself from God. But then it's encouraging where Jesus says that anyone who loses their life for his sake and for the sake of the gospel will save it, okay? So you may lose your body, but your soul will be saved. Take that with you for this week and have a blessed week. Spread the gospel and keep doing what you need to do. Keep that consistency up. I will see you next time. Peace. God bless you.